Welcome to the NAMB Podcast, where we bring you the voices that drive the mortgage industry. Join dynamic hosts Ginger Bell and Matt Shields as they dive into bold conversations with top experts, industry leaders, and change makers from across the country. From insider insights to game-changing trends, this is your front row seat to what's happening right now in the world of home finance.
Well, hi there. Welcome to another episode of the NAMB Podcast. My name's Ginger Bell, and I have my co-host with me, Matt Shields. Matt, how are you today?
Oh, Ginger, I'm doing fantastic. So good to see you and so good to be here today.
Absolutely. So we have a special guest today that I've been blessed to know for a very long time, and that is Linda McCoy. Linda is a past president of NAMB, and she is also the original founder of our NAMB Inspire group. And so, Linda, first and foremost, thank you for your service. You have done so much for our industry, and I know a lot of people don't know that, so I want to thank you for that. And then I want to, hop right in and let's talk about how NAMB Inspire was started, because that was a few years ago, and that was in California is where we were, right?
Exactly, at CAMP, the California Association of Mortgage Professionals. And I am so excited to talk about this because this is one of my favorite things. Exactly. And, I have known, Ginger for years and years. And, I was surprised because I decided to go to CAMP because I had met Laura on a Zoom call the year before. And she was, I can't even explain Laura, but I wanted to meet her in person. And when I found out she was going to be a speaker there, then I signed up, went and stalked her. I really did. I did. But they were having an event.
It was their annual event. Yeah.
Yes, it was an event.
Summer camp.
We were sitting on the back row. I had on the first seat of the aisle was Megan Anderson, and then Laura Brandeo. It was me, and then Ginger Bell. Four women sitting there, just waiting, and the speaker was getting up, and that was Megan Anderson. She was getting up, and Laura and I was sitting there talking, and Ginger and Laura had mentioned, what a really, strong speaker she was, and how, upcoming young. Like you, Matt, you're young and you're bringing in young people. And we were excited. And I said, mentorship is a program that I had always been kind of interested in. And one day, years ago, I was watching a movie, and it was all about this lady that had been in the corporate world, which I had been in the corporate world too before I became in the mortgage business. Right. And how, she'd really lost herself, and, she wasn't even doing anything really anymore. She, decided that she needed to do something else. So anyway, after I watched that movie, I started having these dreams about mentoring a group, and it kept coming like high heels and high places, because that lady was high heels, corporate, in and out of businesses, that kind of thing. And I thought, wouldn't it be neat to have a mentorship and just call it high heels and high places? and Laura said, well, let's do it. And Ginger's over there. She says, what are y'all talking about? I turned and told Ginger, let's do it. Ginger took her computer. She got on there. She says, it's available on GoDaddy. We can do that. So that's how it started. And it was so funny, and we started thinking about it, planning out how do we do this. And I was president-elect that year for NAMB. And we were getting ready to go to NAMB National. And I said, we need to have a women's, panel. And so, and thank goodness for, Valerie Saunders, she was all in for that. Let's do it too. So we had Laura, we had Ginger Bell, we had Carrie Gusmus, we had several others. I was trying to remember who was there. Our women were, I think I had that. I'll tell you who they were. They were besides Laura Brandeo, Christina Jenkins, Carrie Gusmus, and Kim Nichols. We had 6 of us there that day. And after it was amazing. Mm-hmm. We had all kind of people coming up, saying how wonderful it was. We even had one gentleman, Matt, that came up. He was so excited. He went back to his hotel. His wife was in a hotel room. He went back and he started bragging on it. So he said, "You need to join. You
Oh,
need
that's
to
awesome.
get participate." I mean, 2 or 3 guys were more excited about it than the women were, but we did. That was kind of like the kickoff, for high heels and high places. And then a year or so later, we found out that that was a women's group. They had already had it. I think a religious group in Texas had a patent on that.
They had a trademark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a trademark on that.
We just,
Wow.
all we did is just started monthly meetings and,
And
put them on YouTube and things like that. And
Cool,
so
that's
ours
so
was very low key.
it was all about, inspiring women to get to the top of their profession. That's what it was all about.
That's
And
awesome.
we knew we had to change our name, and we got, I think people, we meet together, we'd go over names, we just couldn't come up with something. And finally, I think it was Barbara Yoles with Ludwig
Yeah,
Plum said,
Ludwig,
why
yeah.
don't y'all just call it Inspire? you know? So that's how it began, Inspire Women's Mentoring Group. So, and we have had wonderful success with our meetings. We've had over 1,000, ladies, that have participated one time or another, coming in and out, and it's wonderful because we start out with Zoom, and then we got so many, then we kind of had to go to a webinar so that we could, have more people join. But like before the meeting started, Ginger was talking about what great people we have had and what great, speakers that are coming up.
Right.
It's been, well, I think our next one is going to be Megan Anderson. She is, been a speaker before, and she's going to be speaking on between vision and execution.
Right.
I mean, there's no end to the limited topics that we can have. I mean,
Right.
y'all all know that women, and men too, but women face so many different things because we've got the kids we're having to take care of, the families, the job, all the extra activities, everything, and
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you girls do it.
Hey, we're still, it's a work in progress, isn't it?
Amen. Amen to that. Amen.
Ginger. I mean,
But the whole thing is too, and Linda, and this is a lot, Matt, like what you're doing with the young professionals group as well, right?
Yep.
Is to be able to have a smaller group, to have discussions that are a little more related to, things that are happening in your world. So for women, that balancing, Megan is a great example. Megan's journey, I love, following her on her journey because, she quite by accident started out in this industry and has done an amazing job, and then got into doing AI, and then she got her van, and now she's on another journey going through that. And so it's kind of going that it's like sharing those stories. And it's, Matt, some of the conversations that you have with your young professionals. So Matt is heading up the young professionals for NAMB, and is going to follow the same lineup really of what you have done with Inspire, is to have monthly meetings. And so bring in a speaker around conversations that young professionals are having, that someone that has a lot of tenure, and Matt, you have a lot of tenure in the industry. You started very, very young. But some of those things, building your team, what does that look like? And you come from a different generation. And so you and I've talked about social media. It's like, I live on Facebook and you live on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so, those are the dynamics, even though, there's a lot of similarities in building a business and, origination and programs, but there's other things that I think are so important. And that's the great thing about what NAMB is doing, is offering more of those smaller segments, smaller groups, to be able to learn and grow and connect, because it's those connections that help you so much in your business. And Matt, you've seen that with your young professional group.
just being able to provide value to the young professionals. And I love when we're having our conversation, and whether it's something about marketing, whether it's about product, or even just like building lists of your business to just do your business better. I love seeing their faces when they hear something for the first time and their eyes light up. And then I start to see them engaging more. And it's just having the support of NAMB to do that. And I wish when I was a brand new loan officer coming in, I wish I had something like that. So that's a lot of when we're doing the young professional stuff, I try to put myself in their shoes. Like when I was brand new, what could I have really benefited from? So that's really what I'm trying to bring on the young professional side is that mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
And the mentoring is so important. And that's part of it too with Inspire, is to be able to make connections with other women and find out, what did you do at this point? Megan and I were both speaking at a conference in Ohio last October, and had an opportunity to spend some time together. And, she's asking me questions. I'm asking her questions because, your generation brings things that our generation doesn't even begin to understand. And so we both learn from each other. So it's a mentorship that's back and forth. It's definitely not a one-way street.
Yeah.
And so having that opportunity to learn and to grow and to connect. And so you talked about the panel, and you know what, Matt should talk to Valerie about doing a young professional panel at NAMB National, because
Awesome.
I think that would be very powerful to do panels. I love panels because it's an opportunity to learn from different people. And so, Linda, you've had more than just that one panel. In fact, I think since then at every NAMB National, you've had a women's panel. Is that right?
I think they may have missed one, but it's like you said, in NAMB Focus, we've had a panel every year,
Right.
after that. And I mean, and that's how we get to meet more powerful women. And I can tell you, since we started, it was like it just bloomed out. I'm telling you, when it started, everybody that was on that panel, including you, Ginger, has grown. They have gone to bigger, better things. Look at Laura. I mean, she's every day you see it. It's just,
She's a powerhouse.
and I'm telling you, almost everybody that has been on there has just, amazed me. They really have. And I've amazed myself. I mean, I'm learning from y'all. I'm learning from everybody. Every single month when we have that meeting, something comes out that you can take away that makes you a better person, a better, human being. And I mean, my being a leader, I always tried to lead with, a softness. I wanted to be me. I wanted to lead like a woman. And like you're going to end up finding something that you're going to be able to feel like is you, that as a leader, because you're going to be leading these young people, and they're hungry for education. They're hungry for, for leadership abilities, to find out how they can, become a leader. They want to be you, These people want to be me. I don't know why sometimes, but like, I want to be Laura and Ginger, because they're, I mean, I'm telling you, it is very powerful. And, the young, probably in California, Megan Anderson was probably the youngest speaker that was there. Yeah. Don't you think she was? Mm-hmm. And I mean, but she was powerful.
She is powerful. She's impressive. I think so highly of Megan. She's so great at what she does.
Exactly. And that's the thing about, what you're doing now and what you're going to be trying to create. When they came out with Elevate at NAMB, Elevate, I mean, that was just perfect, because that's exactly what, the programs are going to be. We're going to be elevating all of these, young people. You're going to be, and we don't mind, every now and then we'll have a man join on to Inspire, a women's mentoring group, and everybody's kind of wondering about it. Well, now that we're not being able to see them out there, then we can't recognize them, because girls have boys' names anyway half the time. But I mean, it's still, I was wondering, once we had this guy and we were all looking, we found out later because everybody was asking, well, why was he on there? Well, he was a friend of Laura's, and he just wanted to see what it was about. So, I mean, people are curious, and I mean, you can join in and see what we do. I mean, I think, don't you think it would help if he just joined one of our Inspires?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, that's important when you're looking at something like this. It's not necessarily exclusive just to women, but I think as male leaders, I think it's to have an idea on, what are some of the challenges? What are some of the issues? What are some of the conversations that women are having? Because, Matt, on your team, you don't just have men on your team, right? I mean, and you're building and you're growing, and you've added, how many have you added to your team in the last 60 days?
So we added 2 more to the team. There's 7 of us total, and there's 4 women and 3 men. And I would love to hop on there because for me, it's like, if I want to be a better leader, I need to motivate them. And I don't necessarily know what they're going through because I've never, I'm not a woman. So I would absolutely love that. And if I can pick up on a couple things and hear, thought process that the women are going through, the struggles they're having, I think that would just make me a better leader for my team. I would absolutely do that.
And invite the women from your team to join as well. And it's not just for originators, because we have so many different roles in our industry. And you talked about, Barbara Yaltz, as with Ludwig. I mean, I've known Barbara forever. She's amazing. Yeah. And so, hers is branding and marketing. And so, those are kind of things, no matter what role you play in the industry, being able to learn and to grow and to have those mentors is critical. I mean, Megan, she doesn't originate. She's never originated alone.
And we have title companies. We have, people in insurance. We have anybody that's connected to the mortgage industry. And,
right.
and it goes out to lots of different, it's like your body. I've got all these little nerves and stuff. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So it just keeps going. And like you said, yes. And Christy Mendel is kind of taking over and helping on marketing. So maybe she's going to be able to help you market, too, because she's doing an amazing job at helping to market, Inspire.
Oh, she is.
Yeah. So we added her, I think, back in December. And I mean, it's like I said, it's growing by leaps and bounds. And that's what you want too. You're, like you said, you're on the very beginning stage. We started out with 6, and look how it's grown over the years. I mean, you're talking about 2021 was when we had the first panel in Vegas. And now, I mean, this is your first year, 26. So let's see what yours looks like in 3 or 4 years,
Yeah, I love the idea of the panel.
Yes, I'm sure that they can work that in, but they need to be working on it now, don't they? Because it takes a while to get everything set up, and all the spots seem to get filled up.
Right.
And they've already sold out NAMB National. I mean, we have, so it's like
I think it was sold out the day after NAMB National last year.
Exactly. So I mean, hey, NAMB has come a long way. And I tell you, Valerie has really helped get us, where everybody a lot, but I mean, she is really on
it's phenomenal.
Our conventions and things like that. I mean, it's wonderful now. I mean, everybody wants to be there now. There was a time where, I can remember years ago, and you were there too.
2008, 2009, 2010.
I think we had 125 people there.
We had one year we were actually at Harrah's.
Yeah. Oh, that was a bad year. Yeah.
That was a bad year.
That was a bad year. I'm telling you. But anyway, but
we kept it going.
Yeah, we did. We did. There's a few of us. Yeah. Hey, we were in debt too. Dan was in debt, but I mean, hey, life is great now, and you're coming in at a really good time. So I think that, anything that I can do to help, I'll be glad to. But join us next Tuesday. We always meet the second Tuesday of every month, and it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm telling you, it'll be worth your time. And that's, like I said, Megan will be speaking. So, I know you'll get a lot out of it. And hey, start your own.
I'll be there. No, I love that. I love what you guys are doing. the synergy of what you're doing. And that's one thing I've noticed with NAMB. There's a lot of extremely talented professional businesswomen who are involved, and it's so awesome to see. It's so amazing to see. And like I look, Linda, I know we've met more recently, but I've working with Ginger now and talking to her nonstop over the last couple of years. Like I look at Ginger in such the highest light. Like I've learned so much just being around her. She's a wealth of knowledge. I just love picking her brain, and NAMB's done a great job of bringing in the right people, and supporting all the right people.
Yeah, and it's a group of volunteers. So Matt, same thing. And thank you for stepping up and being a volunteer. So I want to close this out. And Linda, you've been in the industry for a long time. You were in the corporate world before getting into the mortgage industry. For our female listeners who are listening, what someone, and specifically someone new getting started in the industry, what would be the one piece of advice that you would give to them to be able to have that tenure, that long journey, and to look beyond getting started? What's that one piece of advice you would give to them?
Well, first they need the education,
Right.
and they do need a good mentor, somebody that's going to help guide them, because we've already made all the mistakes and we can tell you what they are, and you can listen or you don't have to. But I mean, I think joining our mentorship program would be, a real plus for you. Like I said, when we started out, it was it was all at the high hills and high places. Take one step at a time to get to the top. I mean, you can't just jump to the top, can't be president when you first start out. So you got to work your way up. But anyway, that's what I would say. The education. Now I know AI out there is really big now. You can find out so much. Like we didn't have that when we started doing it.
No, we had a fax machine.
Yeah, exactly. But now, you can go online and learn so much. But like I said, go to NAMB.org. I guarantee you, choose, resources, and you can get all the resources you need. Join us, and hey, we'll help you get to the top.
I love that. That is so important. So you guys join NAMB Inspire. It's the second Tuesday of every month. You can find the information at NAMB.org, either under events or under resources. So make sure and do that. And if you're a young professional, then Matt, you've got your young professional calls coming up, and you're going to be what day of the month?
Yeah, so we're the third Wednesday of the month, and we have a new time at 3 p.m. We switched it up a little bit because now we're going to be recording our calls to share out later to our members. So new time, it's the third Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. Eastern.
I love that. So you guys make sure and join in. Linda, Matt, thank you so much for joining us. I always love our conversations. And so make sure and like and subscribe and follow us every week. We have a brand new episode every week with my co-host, who I love so much, Matt. So thank you so much, guys, and make it a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good to see you, Linda.
You too.
Thanks for tuning in to the NAMB Podcast, brought to you by the National Association of Mortgage Brokers. For more episodes, resources, and guest interviews, visit NAMBpodcast.com. Don't forget to follow, share, and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you soon.